Hello, everyone, and good morning. Welcome to another edition of South Florida Gospel News Radio. I'm so glad to be here with you this morning. And today, I don't have an in studio guest, but I do have a special guest that I'm going to talk about this morning, and they are going to be coming onto the show in the next couple of weeks. So today we are celebrating National Garden and National Gardening Month, and I am going to talk about the Riviera Beach Master Gardener, Christopher J. McCullon. Yay! And so, for those of you who don't know, we're going to talk about Chris and his credentials and certifications and what he does as the master gardener for Riviera Beach. All right, so let's get right into it. Also, make sure you leave some comments if you have any questions or need more information. Drop it in the comments, and also follow the Stream Live instructions. I use Stream Live for this streaming service. So right now, I am on Facebook Live on my personal Facebook page, South Florida Gospel News page, and the South Florida Gospel News group page. So if you leave a comment, make sure you follow the instructions to get Stream Live. I'm sorry, StreamYard. It's StreamYard, not Stream Live. StreamYard, to give permission to use your name in the comments so I know it's you. Otherwise, it's just going to say Facebook user and your comment. All right, so we're going to get into talking about Mr. Christopher McCullon. I'm not wearing my headphones today because I don't have an in studio guest. So my headphones are here. I don't need them. And it's just me and Jesus. We about to get started. Okay, so let me introduce you to Mr. Christopher McCullon. And there he is right there. He is the master gardener for Riviera Beach. So Christopher became a certified master gardener, graduating from the University of Florida Extension Service Master Gardener program. He's the first City of Riviera Beach Community Redevelopment Agency Clean and Safe Program ambassador to become a master gardener. Okay, so he started in the CRA, working for the CRA as an ambassador, and then he became the first one to become a master gardener, and still the only one as master gardener in, in Clean and Safe for the CRA. So Christopher is able to provide science-based and researched horticulture information, and he assists in horticultural issues in the community. For example, although he works at the community gardens, the residents are able to ask him questions about their own garden, their grass, their soil, whatever questions they have. He's able to answer their questions. Christopher works with volunteers at the Lindsay Davis Community Garden and the Riviera Beach Heights Garden on 10th Street, the Senior Island Community Garden, and the Children's Prosperity Garden on 6th Street in Riviera Beach. Christopher is a U.S. Army military veteran who graduated with honors from Suncoast High School in Riviera Beach and later with honors from Palm Beach State College in 2014 with an AS degree as a landscape and horticultural management specialist. He is also a horticulture specialist 1 and 2 and certified landscape horticulture specialist. In 2019, the Riviera Beach Redevelopment Agency named Christopher Ambassador of the Year. I do have a picture of that. When he was named Ambassador of the Year, he was not allowed to participate in the annual Martin Luther King parade that year, but I took care of that. I still had him in the parade. I had a vehicle, a nice truck, sponsored by the Florida Black Sports Hall of Fame. I had signs made, banners made, and yes, although he wasn't physically present in the parade, he was still in that parade to let everybody know he was Ambassador of the Year. And there he is with his certificate and award that was presented to him. And this is the Florida Black Sports Hall of Fame entry, the truck that was in the parade. And I know if you guys remember that parade, that was the last one that the city had. And although he wasn't given permission to participate, um, for whatever reason, he was still there. All right. So moving right along, we're going to talk about Christopher's skills. This is when he graduated from Palm Beach State College. That was actual graduation day. That was in 2014. And here's Christopher in the program book with his degrees in landscape and horticultural management. Again, landscape and horticulture management. That means he is skilled and degreed in management when it comes to gardening. And then also, here is his degree in landscape and horticulture professional one, landscape and horticulture professional two. And that's Christopher with his Master Gardener um, shirt on. Now, let me tell you, he is a Master Gardener. However, his degrees trump his Master Gardener status. So his degrees outweigh his Master Gardener status. And there's Chris again at the Riviera Beach Heights Garden. And this is University of Florida congratulating him on becoming a Florida Master Gardener. And he also, once he became a Master Gardener, it didn't just stop there. He still has to continue to study. He has to put in so many hours per year and so many volunteer hours per year. Uh, and this is his certification for prescribed gardening and plant problem solving. So you can ask him a question about your garden or your plants, and if he doesn't know the information, he will research it and find it for you. Okay, and this is him receiving another certification from the Master Gardener program. So let me talk about some of his skills. Christopher is skilled in landscape and nursery management, lawn and tree maintenance, turf grass culture, landscape construction and equipment, which, by the way, while it's on my mind, if you go over to the Singer Island Community Garden and you look at it, Christopher designed that garden. He hand drew it and took it to the architect who did it to scale. But everything over there, Christopher designed that whole garden. That's the Singer Island Community Garden. When you go over the Blue Heron Bridge, look to your right before you get to where you can turn at that Greater Gator gas station. And you see all of those beautiful plants and vegetables over there. That's Christopher McCullen's work. All right, so let's continue on with his skills. He's skilled in pesticides, plant physiology, power tools, water testing. Uh, he is certified as a master gardener in water conservation. He's a certified water conservationist. Uh, he is also licensed by the state of Florida. He has a license to handle fertilizer where he is certified by the great state of Florida. He's been doing gardening and landscaping for 43 years. He just turned 50 in February. So that means that Christopher started working in gardening and landscape, especially when he was 7 years old, and he has been working ever since. If you know him, you know that that is something that he absolutely loves to do. He loves being in the garden. He loves being outside working. And he also works with volunteers. For example, today at the Riviera Beach Heights Community Garden on 10th Street, he's there with the Omega Psi Phi fraternity. They volunteer on the second Saturday of every month with Christopher. And I thought I had a picture, but I didn't include a picture. Sorry. Um, so we're gonna move right along outside of let's see. There's another certificate. Oh, let's talk about the Master Gardener program. Okay, this is a certificate of completion given by the Riviera Beach Community Redevelopment Agency. Um, he participated in their leadership program through the Clean and Safe program. So I thought that was a great thing. He got a certificate in that. This is the University of Florida Extension program at Mounts Botanical Garden. These are some of his fellow classmates um, who received certifications, and Chris provided free lunch from. It was free to them, but the lunch was provided by McCrae's Backyard Barbecue and Seafood. I think we paid for the meat and the sides. I made those. But anyway, it was a great day, fellowshipping on that day. So moving right along, we're going to talk about what Christopher does outside of the gardens, and also you can find him at the Willie Bo Davis Garden on 28th Street at the Lindsay Davis Community Center. There's a beautiful. There's actually two gardens over there, so you can find Chris over there. He's also at the Riviera Beach Heights Community Garden on 10th Street, the Children's Prosperity Garden on 6th Street, and the Senior Island Community Garden. Now, mind you, Chris was doing all of these gardens by himself at one point. I would help out on the weekends when I had time to go to the gardens and pull weeds and whatnot just to keep up. It was a lot of work, but he was able to do it. The 10th Street Garden, he helped bring that one back to life. Got all those weeds and everything out of there. And the garden is looking very, very nice these days. The garden manager is Alyssa Hall, and it looks beautiful over there with all of them working together. Singer Island Garden is amazing. He was able to help them get started. And also the Children's Prosperity Garden. I had a bunch of pictures there, but I didn't want to put those on without the permission from the parents of the kids that participated. So, and we're looking forward to having those children return since COVID numbers have gone way down. All right. So again, it is National Garden Month and National Gardening Month, and we are talking about Riviera Beach Master Gardener Christopher McCullon. And a lot of people don't know about Christopher's credentials and certifications, and just think he's just out there willy nilly. And a lot of people don't know that his education trumps his master gardener certification. And then another thing you have to be careful about is just calling anybody who's working in the garden a master gardener. He went to school for this. He's certified in it, and so you just can't just be calling people master gardener. Now you might have a garden manager. That is not the same thing. Alrighty. So outside of working for Riviera Beach CRA semester gardener, Christopher loves kids and he loves to give back to children. Even the younger guys who work under him in the ambassador program for the CRA, he mentors them. He tries to encourage them to go back to school. He's trying to encourage a couple of them to become master gardeners. So every year, except for 2021 and wait a minute. Yeah, 2021 and 2020, he does his annual back to school bash at Phil Foster Park under the bridge, where the last Saturday before the children return to school, he allows kids in the community to come out and have a good time, provides food, drinks. He talks to them and tells them about the importance of doing well in school, encourages them to do well in school no matter what, whether they're being bullied or peer pressure to do things. He helps those kids with something positive. He provides all kinds of games and rafts and beach balls and everything that they could play with in the water. And we get together, have a good time, and more importantly, he prays over those children for them to have a safe school year. And this is another flyer. This was the last one that we had before COVID made us cancel plans. And it's always a lot of fun. I go out of my way to make sure the kids have everything they want to eat, drink, or whatever. and we race. We put the beach ball in the water, and it's always a good time. And we're looking forward to bringing that back this year. And this is Chris at Phil Foster Park under the bridge where we all have a good time. We have the best of everything for those kids, what they want to eat, hamburgers, hot dogs, ribs, chicken, whatever. We get it for them. And then not only do we feed the children, we feed everybody. Everybody who's out there who wants to get a plate, we allow them to come to our back to school bash under the bridge, fix a plate, get you something to drink. And I think these are Riviera Beach Parks and Recreation lifeguards. And they were like, "Hey, when is the food gonna be ready?" And like I said, we allow everyone to eat. All right, so moving right along. Um, in 28, I think it was 2018, no, 2019, the National Association of Black Scuba Divers came to the city of Riviera Beach. And I invited them, and then Chris helped me get everything together to welcome them. It was a large group of divers that came from all over the U.S. to Riviera Beach to do diving under the bridge at Phil Foster Park. So this picture is from the reception that we held at the Riviera Beach Marina Event Center. And left to right, that is Mike Bush. He is actually from Riviera Beach, and he was able to give a dive demonstration the next day where we were under the bridge and we had the children present so that they could touch the dive equipment and learn about it. So Mike actually put on his suit, his tank, and everything and went into the water and demonstrated what it's like to be a scuba diver. He works for the Miami-Dade firefighters in Dade County. So kudos to Mike Bush for helping us out. And then also he was able to give a great speech to the kids who participated. He hit a home run and really made Riviera Beach look good in front of those divers from all over. They were from Washington D.C., Washington State, Atlanta. Some were from Dade County. Some were actually from Riviera Beach. And again, that was the National Association of Black Scuba Divers who came for the weekend. Next to Mike Bush in the green shirt is Eric Call. He is the Parks and Recreation Director for Palm Beach County. He made sure that we had everything that we needed for the weekend when the scuba divers came. Uh, and next to him, oh Lord, I can't remember his name. I'm so sorry. Uh, eh, I can't recall his name. Forgive me. I can't even find my notes that I had. But anyway, he was the president at the time of the National Association of Black Scuba Divers. He's in the purple shirt, and I'm gonna come back to this picture and give his name. I do apologize about that. And on the end is Christopher, Master Gardener for City of Riviera Beach, CRA, I guess for Riviera Beach. And he works in all of the gardens for the city. And so when you see Chris, just know that Chris is just not out there pulling weeds. He has licenses and certifications for what he does. So on yesterday, Nikki Freed came to Riviera Beach and she started an initiative where she's giving out seeds um, across the state of Florida for people to start gardens or to add to their garden. So she met Christopher and he's like, I'm the master gardener. She was like, oh, wow. So that's Nikki Freed and Chris at the Riviera Beach Heights Community Garden. Most people just call it the 10th Street Garden. But Nikki Freed on the left, I think she's also running for governor of the state of Florida. And that's Christopher, and that is him standing behind her podium. So, yes, April is National Gardening Month. Oh, and her program is called Unity Gardens, where she's going around the state giving seed packets. And then this picture is courtesy City of Riviera Beach. And this is a group picture of the Riviera Beach Community Development Corporation. One of the members is there in the yellow shirt. And then you have the STARS program with the red shirts. They are from the Lindsay Davis Community Center. And in the front, you'll see Nikki Freed, and to her right is City Council Chair Pro Tem Shirley Lanier. To Nikki Freed's left is City Council member Julia Botel. And on the back row, behind Miss Botel is Councilman Douglas Lawson, and behind Miss Lanier is Councilman Troderick McCoy. Uh, to the left, on the far end, right behind the lady with the yellow shirt, that's in the yellow shirt is Dolores Jones, volunteer, and then right behind her with the blue hat, that's Alyssa Hall. That's the garden manager for the Riviera Beach Heights Community Garden on 10th Street. And then I see the CDC president, Daryl Leonard, with the plaid shirt. And then some of the CRE ambassadors with the lime green shirt. All right. And so moving right along, I just want to show this picture. I love Chris. Actually, for those who don't know, Christopher McCullon is my husband. We have the same last name. Um, And what else did I want to talk about, Chris? I went into his skill set and everything. Oh, and then also while I was talking about the volunteer, while I was talking about volunteer service, uh, you have to have so many hours of volunteer service under the Master Gardener program, and just like being a doctor or an attorney, you have to do so many hours of education every year. To keep up on your studies to make sure that everything is current. And Christopher received a certificate for outstanding contributions to the Florida Master Gardener Volunteer Program, uh, the University of Florida Extension Program, and that's the certificate right there. And he also received certification from the Florida League of Cities for commercial lawnmower safety. All right. And so, for those of you who would like to visit the community gardens in Riviera Beach, we have we have four gardens. We have the Lindsay Davis, which is the Willie Bo Davis garden. There's a flower garden, and then there's also a vegetable garden. That's at the Lindsay Davis Community Center on 10th Street in Riviera Beach. You have the Riviera Beach Heights Community Garden, which is the biggest one um, on 10th Street. And that's where on Saturdays you can go there from 9, I don't know what other days it's open. You have to call the CRE to find out. But I know on Saturdays from 9 a.m. until 12 noon, the gates are open. If you want to go in and volunteer, you're able to do so. You'll be able to meet Christopher. And like I said, if you have any questions about your home garden, your grass, why is my tree dying, he'll be able to answer your questions. He has helped a couple of residents, let them know that their soil is bad and needs to be replaced. You can put this on your tree um, to make it grow better. You can put this around your tree to make your fruit more sweet. And believe me, that works. He did something to our mango tree here because for years we would have these big, beautiful mangoes, but then they weren't sweet. They were just big, beautiful mangoes. And he went out there and mixed some stuff together and poured it around the base of the tree. The next year, mangoes, super duper sweet, beautiful, big, juicy, sweet mangoes. So you are able to ask him some questions. And again, if you want to know who I'm talking about Christopher McConnell, which I am going to bring on in the next couple of weeks. That's him right there. That's your master gardener. And he's mostly at the 10th Street Garden. He floats around to all of them, but especially on Saturday between 9 and 12 noon, you'll find him at the Riviera Beach Heights Community Garden on 10th Street. I don't see any comments or questions. Anybody have any questions? And then again, April is National Garden and National Gardening Month. So what's in your garden? What are you planting? Also, Christopher has a um, Master Gardener Facebook page where you will find pictures, information. I'm going to share that screen right now so that you will be able to see his Master Gardener Facebook page. So please, excuse me, please like and share his Master Gardener Facebook page. So we're going to go, which one? I want to share a window. I don't want to share that. I don't want to share that. Hold on, y'all. I'm coming. I don't want to share that. I have to close some of this stuff so I can share. Looks like, but anyway, if you go to Facebook and you put in Master Gardener Christopher McCullon, you will find his Facebook page. If you search for it, you will be able to find his Facebook page. Oh, there it is. So let me see if that works. Okay, y'all, hold on. There it is. Did that work? Um, I need some more practice on this program. Please forgive me. Please forgive me. I don't need that. I need that. Let me try this one more time. And then I give up on it and I will go to the description on the Facebook live feed and put a link in there so that you can okay. But it's still not it. Go to Chrome tab. That's it. Yay! I figured it out. I figured it out. I figured it out. I think. There we go. All right. So this is Christopher's Master Gardener page. Okay. So if you go here, you will see the pictures from yesterday's event where the Florida Department of Agriculture was here. Her name is Nikki Freed, and you will see all of those beautiful pictures. And so she unveiled a new initiative with the Unity Gardens. And so she's going to be leaving seeds in different cities um, throughout the state of Florida. All right. And this is, you'll see video, pictures. And it says Nikki Freed, Commissioner of the Florida Department of Agriculture and Consumer Services, stopped by Riviera Beach Heights Community Garden on 10th Street to announce her Unity Garden initiative, which seed packets will be distributed around the state to create more gardens. And I think that's fantastic. Aw. So please, when you go to Facebook, look for Master Gardener Christopher McCullon. Please like that page. He leaves updates. He leaves information for your garden, and it is wonderful. If you would please make sure you check out Christopher McCullon. When you see him, say hello. And there he is at the 10th Street Garden, working day and night. There's Chris. He loves um, working at all of the gardens, and you'll find him mostly at the 10th Street Garden. And then also on the days he still works as an ambassador, so you'll find him at what they call the linear parks. There's a park that runs from 6th Street to 10th Street that cuts. It goes north and south from 6th Street to 10th Street, crosses over Martin Luther King. You'll see him there picking up paper and emptying a trash can, picking up limbs. You'll see him riding around doing that. As he's the only ambassador that splits his time between being an ambassador and being a master gardener. So he has double duty. He loves his job and the people he works with. Um, and that is it. And this is some of the video from yesterday. Let's see if it'll play. Okay, so this is some of the video from Nikki Freed's visit to Riviera Beach yesterday. StreamYard, it never plays video correctly, so I'm just gonna stop that. And I might have to find a new streaming service. They are working my nerves. But anyway, I appreciate you guys for tuning in. So again, when you see Chris, just know that he comes with he's highly qualified and he's certified and licensed in what he does for the city and what he does for the community. And then I would encourage you also to stop by any of the gardens, Lindsay Davis, Riviera Beach Heights, which is the 10th Street Garden. Stop by uh, Children's Prosperity. They're going to get the children back involved. Usually it's the safety patrols from West Riviera Elementary School that volunteer with that garden, and he teaches them how to grow vegetables. They've grown celery, potatoes, tomatoes, bananas, banana peppers, green peppers, carrots. They grow a lot of stuff over there in that garden. He shows the children, he lets them plant the seeds. He nurtures the garden, and then when it's time to harvest, they come, they pull weeds, they pull up their carrots and potatoes and celery and all kinds of stuff, and collard greens and whatnot. And they have a good time doing it. And it's a great learning experience for them. Some of them never been on the farm or seen how vegetables grow. So it's a great, great learning experience for them. And then also the Senior Island community garden is very beautiful. And again, Chris Lance, he drew that garden on a piece of paper and took it to an architecture. And now you have that beautiful garden over there, every rock, every plant, everything um, is what he came up with. So that is beautiful. So please go take a look at the Singer Island Community Garden. Again, when you cross the bridge, the Blue Heron Bridge going towards the beach, after you get to the bottom of the bridge and you pass that traffic light by Phil Foster Park, look to your right. And before you get to the Greater Gator gas station, you'll see the Singer Island Community Garden there. It is absolutely gorgeous, and I watched it be constructed, and not only Chris, but the ambassadors. I have to shout out the ambassadors that help work to keep everything looking beautiful at that garden, and at all of them. Actually, they actually worked at all of them, helping out, when they have to. But Chris floats around to each garden, and at one point he was doing all of them by himself, trying to split his time between each garden to do it fair. It's a lot of work, very stressful, but he made it because he's doing work that he loves to do. Um, so when you see Chris, please give Chris a shout out. Please recognize his talent because that's a lot of things I guess because we don't know, we don't recognize and honor people for their studies and for their work. He's a military veteran and gave his time to this country. All right. And so he's worked hard with his studies. And believe me, it wasn't easy, but he did it. And one thing Chris is committed to is education, and not just for himself. He always encourages others to go back to school, get that education. Even myself, I'm currently studying for a certification. He was like, "Do it. Do it. You can make it. Just study, work hard, and it will happen." And so, Mr. Christopher, we thank you very much. I'm looking forward to you coming on doing a live interview where we're actually going to be talking about plants. What's the best thing to plant this time of year? How do you take care of your garden once you get it planted? Like I said, he's certified by the state of Florida. He has a license for handling fertilizer, and you have to know what you're doing with fertilizer. Otherwise, you might kill your plants if you put too much. It will burn them up. When you put fertilizer on it, how often should you water? You know, what is the best type of fertilizer to use? So we're going to be talking about that, different types of grasses, and then also I want him to share with everyone his formula for making fruit sweet. Like I said, we have a really big mango tree in our front yard. It is huge, and we had these beautiful hay mangoes when the tree first started bearing fruit, but they weren't sweet at all. And then he came up with a recipe to put around the base of the tree, and the mangoes have been super sweet ever since. So we're going to talk about that, how often, what to put into it, and how often um, you should use that formula for your fruits and vegetables. And then also, we're going to talk about the back to school bash, which hopefully I'm praying we could do again in August, and it's going to be fun for everyone. We're changing up some of the rules to make it easy. Um, and then also some of the kids that started out with the program, I believe we started doing this in 2013 or 14. I can't remember which one. It was just I wasn't even going to the first ones that he had, because it was just a small group of he invited his friends who had small children at the time to come out and let them have some fun before school started, and then it turned into an event. And when I get on an event, it's an event, and I work and I promote and make things happen. So what we're gonna do this time is change it up so it's not so much work, but it's still gonna be the food and games and swimming and just a good time for the whole family. And as usual, we always invite the community to come out, and we always feed everyone under there. So sometimes they block off the entrance. They're still doing that again. But for the people who are under the bridge and on the side where they have the pavilions, we feed everybody. So we have to have some food to feed everybody under the bridge, and that's what we do, employees and all. And so this is a picture of some of the food that we offer. We also have ribs and chicken and sides, potato salad, and we feed everybody who wants a plate. All right, so that's my spiel. And when you see Chris at one of the gardens, say hello. And then most importantly, it's important for us as residents to get out into these gardens because after all, we are paying for it. See what's out there. Don't just go out there to pick vegetables. Volunteer your time to keep it clean. You know, um, Learn about gardening, learn about the different fruits and vegetables. And I know for the Lindsay Davis, they have so many beautiful cabbages, collard greens, tomatoes, peppers, and they also have sugar cane, big, giant, tall stalks of sugar cane out there. And then for the 10th Street Garden, there's pineapples, aloe, grapevine, lemon tree. Um, there are so many things out there to look at that you can choose from: kale, parsley, rosemary, different kinds of thyme, pigeon peas, bananas. I'm not sure the sweet potatoes are still there, but there were sweet potatoes at one time. Eggplant, plenty eggplant. Sunflowers, um, callaloo, and then with the eggplants, there's the purple. They have purple and white eggplant over there. There are so many different things. And then beautiful flowers. It's just a beautiful place to be. I could sit out there for hours and hours and hours and forget about the whole world. It's just that peaceful, al- always a nice cool breeze uh, blowing through that garden. It's such a peaceful place. And then the Singer Island Garden as well. It's so pretty. There are benches that you can sit on. It has that gravel pathway and cocoa plum plant. It's beautiful. And then with the Children's Prosperity Garden, there's still vegetables growing, banana trees, mangoes, everything. So when Chris comes on in the next couple of weeks, I'm probably going to have to pre-record most likely his interview um, to play back live on a Saturday morning because that's my time slot that I pick. Saturday mornings at 10 a.m. on South Florida Gospel News Radio in the studio. Um, I will interview Chris, hopefully on site, and then play back live on Saturday morning in the next couple of weeks because uh, it's either Earth Day or Cleanup Day that's coming up, and I want him to come on and talk about that. Um, oh, and speaking of which, I'm going to share my screen one more time. Um, This is Christopher's Facebook page. It's Master Gardener Christopher McCullon, and I was telling you all that on Saturday, the second Saturday of every month, the members of the Omega Psi Phi fraternity come to the Riviera Beach Heights Community Garden. I see. I think there's Edwin Ferguson there, the attorney, but they come and Chris teaches them, a little bit about gardening. They pull weeds and beautify the garden. And there's somebody with look like he pulled up some sweet potatoes there. And Chris, actually, there was a lesson about the sweet potatoes that I'll let him talk about when he comes on in the next couple of weeks. And that's where they are this morning. So he'll be sharing pictures from today's volunteer service from the Omega Psi Phi fraternity. And so I think they'll be there until noon, 9 a.m. until noon. They get together at the 10th Street Garden and volunteer the second Saturday of every month. And then also, if you would like to volunteer, you can always call the CRA and volunteer your time. Make it a family event. Bring your kids. We had one family come out a few months ago and they planted collard greens. I think it was collard greens and maybe tomatoes. I'm not sure. But here's another picture of them volunteering one Saturday. There's Chris in the middle working with them. And oh, we didn't want that picture. That's Mr. Knowles' Facebook page. Okay, so scroll through, and this is Palm Beach Lakes High School students. So if you got a school, you can bring the students on the weekend, let them get their volunteer hours in. That's Palm Beach Lakes High School, and this is Denise Sawyer from CBS 12. She was out there one weekend volunteering, and there's also like virtual tours of the garden. This one is of the Lindsay Davis Community Center Garden, the Willie Bo Davis Garden, where he also teaches classes out there. And this is a virtual tour of the Riviera Beach Heights Community Garden. There's video and pictures there. And then also, he gives, lessons. Like this one says, you got a few more weeks of winter weather before we can plant our summer crops. And we'll talk about that when he comes on, what we should be planting in our garden right now. Now, for your garden, you don't have to dig down in the dirt to have a garden. You could do the raised beds, which are at all of the gardens in the all four gardens in Riviera Beach. Um, and on here, he talked about a container farm, how people are taking these old train cars and they don't have to plant their lettuce and whatnot in the ground. They hang them and they water them while they're in the air. So you can learn about that on his page. Oh, and don't forget about the Riviera Beach Urban Farm and Garden. They're always looking for volunteers as well. And you'll find out how to volunteer on Chris's Facebook page. And then, we had that freeze, and he talked about how to protect your plants from frost. And oh yeah, there was some of the eggplant. The I was talking about the purple and the white eggplant that are in the 10th Street Garden. So there are a lot of pictures and a lot of things that have happened over the last few months. COVID stopped a lot of stuff. Nobody could go in because of COVID, but he was still able to go and maintain each garden. So now that the numbers have gone back, hopefully um, he will be able to have more classes. So this is some fresh produce that was pulled, some tomatoes, okra, and peppers. And this is what the peppers they use to make the cayenne pepper once it's dried out. And I could say so much more, but I will let you go to um, Chris's Facebook page and learn all about the gardens in Riviera Beach and what he does, his advice, and his tips. And again, today we had the pleasure of discussing Christopher J. McCullon, a landscape horticulture specialist, landscape horticulture manager. He's a horticulture specialist 1 and 2, certified water conservationist, and licensed by the state of Florida to handle fertilizer, which I think is, if you have a garden person hired and working for you, that's something very important to have, so that way they know what they're doing. I mean, P.S. He passed that test to become certified in fertilizer with 100%. Certified in commercial lawnmower safety. Yeah, a good guy. And last but not least, for those of you who did not know, I got papers on him. That's my best friend, y'all. I really appreciate, for example, yesterday I was at the event where Nikki Freed announced the Universal Garden Initiative, where she will be giving seeds to gardens around the state. And a lot of people did not know that. They hear me talk about Chris. He always my wife, this and that, but they didn't know we were married till yesterday. A lot of people didn't know, and one person was like, "Oh, I didn't know that was your husband. He's a good guy. He is such a good guy." I was like, "Yeah, he is." That's Christopher. So, everyone, thank you so much for tuning in. Please like and share this video. Again, I will be bringing Christopher on to talk live, where we're really going to talk about gardening, plant management, garden management, and all of that good stuff. How you can grow your own food at home, what's easy for you to plant at home. And as I was saying about the community gardens having the raised beds, you could have your garden in flower pots. You could have your garden raised up in the air where you don't have to put it in the dirt. So we're going to talk all things gardening with Christopher McCullon, the master gardener for Riviera Beach CRA, Riviera Beach, pretty much. And we appreciate Christopher for everything that he does to keep the city looking beautiful. And he loves his job and the people that he works with. And he appreciates the opportunity because he's one of the rare people who actually um, got a job in something that he has a degree in. And a lot of times that does not happen. When we go to school, graduate college, we just glad to get a job anywhere. But he was able to get a job and use his degree and certifications in his current positions. And so, with that being said, I'm going to close out. Again, please like, share this video. Whatever you missed, go back and play it again. It will rerun all week and the week after that until I bring him on live. I will be back next Saturday at 10 a.m. with a guest on Saturday morning in the South Florida Gospel News Radio studio. Thank you all so much for tuning in. Please like and share this video and enjoy yourself. Bye bye.